In a world cluttered with the same old stories, there's a beacon of creativity and innovation waiting to be discovered. CHTV isn't just a station. It's a journey into the hearts and minds of storytellers and dreamers. It's a canvas for the bold, the innovative, and the heartfelt. CHTV is where curiosity meets inspiration, where you're not just watching, but exploring, learning, and feeling. With the press of a button, we connect voices and visions, bringing them into the comfort of your home. Join us and let's discover something new together.
I started volleyball in like 8th grade, and when I stopped playing volleyball freshman year, I guess it was very much my new thing is what I like to call it. I think it really just gave me something to do with my time, a new hobby. I mean, I made some of my best friends here. I don't know what I'd be doing without it, because it is that thing for me, and it really made the school smile.
One city, one school, one shared purpose. We are Carmel High School.
Nestled in the center of the Arts and Design District, Carmel High School students are introduced to incredible learning opportunities in and out of the classroom. With a multi-layered curriculum focusing on the whole student, we cater to each individual's educational needs. Our diverse student population can find their passion and realize their potential.
I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
And with over 150 clubs, everyone can find their niche.
I am Carmel High School. I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
Our award-winning marching band has over 4 BOA national championships, and with over 10 choirs you can find.
Next year at IU, I'll be studying social media marketing.
Next year, I'm studying human biology at Cornell.
Next year, I'm studying law and society at Purdue University.
I am Carmel High School.
Earning the name City of Champions. Carmel High School has a long-standing tradition of success, with more athletic state championships than any other school in the state of Indiana, and the longest winning streak in the nation. Carmel continues to develop exceptional athletes.
I'm on a full-ride scholarship to Boston University.
I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
With over 47 languages spoken by our student body, we are as inclusive as we are diverse.
I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
I am Carmel High School.
Carmel High School has many proud traditions, and we share a common purpose. Because at Carmel High School, you can explore opportunities, experience excellence, and realize your potential.
We are Carmel High School. And together we achieve.
I'm Brandon Melby alongside Eli Pinkwhite. We're here at Cherry Tree for the Carmel Greyhounds versus the Cathedral Irish softball game. Right now we have junior Chelsea Bennett up on the mound, and that's a ball. We also have Anna Moore up to bat right now.
This year, Carmel is currently 5-13 and looks to get a win today as they lost to Center Grove a few days ago.
That ball's popped up towards center field. That ball is caught. Nice play there by Lauren.
Number 2.
Good job getting under the ball and still being able to catch it even with the sun. Pretty bright today. It's going to be a while till the sun goes away.
Up to bat right now, we have Jordan Hazelwood for Cathedral. Chelsea Bennett, that ball outside.
Cathedral is 17-0 this year.
Most definitely going to be a tough matchup for the Greyhounds. They started 0-8 as well, a struggling start to the season, but they've picked it up a little bit since, but definitely going to be a tough game against Cathedral. That ball called a strike. Chelsea Bennett, nice pitch there.
Last season when these teams matched up, Cathedral beat Carmel 8-4. We'll see how today goes.
That ball ripped just foul down the first base line. That's going to bring the count to 1-2 for Hazelwood.
Fortunate play there as Goddard just missed the ball. But it was foul, so the play didn't really matter overall.
Yeah, good rip by Hazelwood. That ball just barely drifted foul. Chelsea Bennett. That ball is blooped towards left field, and that is going to be a single for Jordan Hazelwood.
Great approach there with 1-2 count, staying in and taking a good swing when there's 2 strikes, not letting the ball just go by.
Nothing much Owens could do about that play as that ball just blooped and dropped right down in front of her. Angie Valentine rips it to the shortstop, double play opportunity. They get the runner out at second, but Valentine is able to make it safe at first. Good play there by Fleming, able to get the runner at second, but unable to convert the double play.
Got a quick play, got it to second base, but just not in time to get the double play at first.
Chelsea Bennett throws a nice pitch there as there's a swing and a miss from Maddie Leiter. Chelsea Bennett, the 0-1 pitch. That ball's outside.
Cathedral's been very good hitting this year. Kind of rare to see them with 2 outs and only 1 person on base.
Maddie Leiter likely to get a hit on this at-bat because she bats .647 as she rips that one to right field. And the runner is going home in an overthrow, but it is caught and tagged just a second late. Jaden Kleiner had to jump all the way to the clouds to catch that ball and try to get the tag down, but not in time, as Cathedral goes up 1-0 with that rip by Maddie Leiter. As I said, she's batting .647 on the season. Absolute stud of a player, as we saw right there.
Angie Valentine seemed to get kind of caught up on her slide, but she was still able to make it in time as the throw was high.
Yeah, risky base running from Valentine. She was fortunate that the throw was high. Otherwise, I think she would have been hosed. 1-1 count here. Sydney Fesco rips it up the middle. Another beautiful base hit. Nothing much the Greyhounds could do about that one. Cathedral's just hitting it where the defense is not. Warren does a good job getting that ball in, keeping Leiter on third base.
Again, unfortunate play earlier, not able to get the tag. It would have ended the inning. Right now, Cathedral has 1 point, as well as a runner on first and third that they would have been able to stop and hold them.
Yeah, absolutely. With 2 outs down, if they got that runner out at home plate, it would have been 0-0, and they would have had control over this game. Instead, they get that run in, now have runners on corners, so definitely an opportunity for Cathedral to put up some more runs. Amaya Gary up to bat right now. She is committed to Toledo for soccer. So multi-sport athlete, as she does it all, also batting .523. Some unbelievable batting averages from this Cathedral team.
She has 23 hits this year.
That ball fouled off. That brings the count to 0-2. Chelsea Bennett in control right now, looking to end the inning with 2 runners on base. A huge pitch coming up here for Chelsea Bennett.
Hopefully Carmel can either get the strikeout here or make a good play.
Yeah, force out at first or second base. That pitch is outside. Nothing hurt with the 0-2 count, trying to get Gary to bite at a bad pitch.
Good selection there. Don't want to give an easy swing. as she's one of their better hitters.
Gary in a tough position right now, looking to bring in some runners, but also has to protect the plate with 2 strikes as that ball is popped up. Should be a routine play, and it is. Caught by Ellie Goddard. That ends the inning. Cathedral only up 1-0.
Good play there again to get another catch. The sun doesn't seem to be too much of a problem so far, as there are 2 pop-up catches in the first inning.
Yeah, tough play at the plate like we talked about earlier. Kleiner just getting that tag down barely late, but the Greyhounds fortunate to get out of that inning, only giving up 1 run.
Carmel will now look to hopefully put up a score of their own and tie or lead going into the second.
Now Cathedral is going to have Sydney Fesco at the line. Unbelievable athlete she is. She's committed to Dartmouth University, and she has pitched 68 innings this season, and in those 68 innings she has thrown a .71 ERA. Unbelievable numbers. I mean, as we said earlier, Cathedral 17-0. She has started 11 of those games, so when she starts, they are 11-0. So you have to feel pretty confident with her at the mound.
Against North Central a few weeks ago, she even had a no-hitter and only 2 walks away from a perfect game.
Yeah, just an unbelievable pitcher. Probably the toughest that the Greyhounds will have to face this season. I mean, doesn't get much better than her .7 ERA. Catherine Warren is going to start off this inning, though. She has had a tough season. She's a senior, but she's only batting .158, so definitely struggling season. Only 5 hits for her. Hopefully she's able to break the slump and get a hit here to start the Greyhounds bottom of the inning.
Warren has no base on balls this year, so we'll see what exactly her approach is going to be for this game.
She's showing bunt right now. Showing bunt before Fesco even gets set. And she pulls away, thinking that pitch is out, but that ball down the middle called for strike 1. Fesco, that ball is low. Brings the count to 2-0. I apologize. That first ball was called a ball. Warren fouls that off. Brings the count to 2-1.
Got a piece of it, just couldn't get it fair. Good approach there. You already had 2 balls. It's okay to take a strike.
Warren taking control of this at-bat, stepping out of the box, taking her time. She steps back in, looking to break the slump. And that pitch is outside. As you mentioned, she has not got walked. No. Oh, my gosh, I'm sorry. That's a strike. That ball looked a little outside to me. But that's tough call for the strike there.
Good pitch there to clip the strike zone.
She takes another pitch. That one is fortunately low, as she now has a full count. Warren looking to make something happen. It's Fesco trying to get her out here. The full count pitch is outside. Warren's first walk of the season.
Yeah, as you said, first walk. That's also, she hasn't even been hit by a pitch either. First one after 41 plate appearances this year.
Yeah, definitely good for her to be able to make it on base, so that's important for the leadoff hitter, however you do it, as now we have Kleiner batting. The runner out at second, but Kleiner is safe at first, and that ball gets away. Kleiner goes to second. Lighter, that ball just popped out of her glove, and Kleiner heads up base running, made it to second.
Great base running there. It looked like she was going to be safe at first anyway, but she was able to get to second as well. She's Carmel's best hitter and shows it again with a good single and then base running.
Yeah, Catherine Warren's on base did not last long with that first pitch being ripped, so she gets out on that. So 1 out for Cathedral with Jaden Kleiner standing on second.
Cathedral did a good job on the play, almost got the double play. They're just little bit of an issue on the catch.
Up to bat is Mia Fleming. Mia Fleming has a solid 21 hits this season. That is the second most hits for the Greyhounds. Here she is, rips it down right past the first baseman as that ball goes into the outfield. Kleiner showing off the wheels, scores from second.
Great RBI right there. Great hit to the right fielder. Didn't have a chance to get a second, but Kleiner was able to run 2 bases and get the score to tie up this game for Carmel.
I mean, Kleiner just showing why she leads this team so many heads-up plays already. She sees that ball on the ground and she takes off, watches it roll down to Gary in right field, and she goes for home and makes it in there safely. The sophomore, Avery Klein, up to bat right now.
Cathedral really hasn't had any issues so far, but they've only gotten 1 out and have been able to make many plays due to where the ball's been hit.
Fesco taking her time at the mound right now. So 1-0 pitch is fouled off. Klein steps out of the box. Looks like she's trying to level her swing. Looks like she might have dropped her hands a little bit there, popping that ball up foul. The 1-1 pitch. Good pitch there, just outside, or just on the outside corner. Tough pitch for Klein to hit, but a great pitch thrown by Fesco.
Klein is one of 3 players for the Greyhounds to have a home run this year.
Yeah, that is correct. She only has 7 hits this season, but out of those 7 hits, 1 of them was a home run. So definitely a power hitter. That is why she is batting 4th right now, looking to advance some runners.
She's definitely been a strong hitter for the Greyhounds, but only has a 233 batting average. So she struggled a little bit with getting the ball in play.
And that pitch is swung on very early. Avery Klein strikes out by Fesco. That's what she does to you with the off speed. Nice pitch there, as there is now 2 outs. Mia Fleming still stuck on first base.
Great pitch there. Got the batter to swing early on a changeup.
Yeah, another sophomore coming up, Ellie Goddard, as she takes the first pitch. Called a strike, though. A wide strike zone from the umpire we have seen so far in this game.
That's a hard one to take a swing at.
It's been called that way a few times now. Batter's got to know, start swinging. As another pitch is taken, that ball low, though.
Kelsey Bears, the catcher, has done a good job keeping the balls in front of her. Fleming has not been able to run at all.
That pitch far outside. Goddard steps out, takes her time. Two one count here. Fesco with the pitch. That ball is fouled off down the third base line. Lands onto the softball field next to us. Good contact by Goddard, trying to put it in play here. Advance Fleming and get on base for herself. Goddard deep in the batter's box. So that pitch is outside. Full count for Ellie Goddard, trying to make something happen.
I like the pitch selection there, trying to get it to clip the corner, but it was just outside. Wasn't able to get a swing from Goddard.
Fesco looking to end the inning as that ball is ripped up the middle, thrown to first, and a nice play by Moore to Leiter as Cathedral gets out of that inning. But Jaden Kleiner scored earlier in the inning as this game is evened out to 1-1.
Good play there, quickly deciding which was going to be easier, second or first, and gets the play at first, leaving the runner on bases.
Yeah, Cathedral is definitely a well-coached team, a very good team. This is why they are 17-0. They don't have a lot of errors. They make the plays that they need to make. Fesco giving up a run there, which is very unusual for her, honestly. As Chelsea Bennett is at the mound again.
Bennett pitched a very good first inning. Not surprising at all that they're staying with her for the second.
Yeah, Bennett only 2 innings pitched this year, though. Also with a 6 ERA, so not many opportunities given, but we'll see what she could do with this game starting. Kelsey Bears up to bat for Cathedral right now. That ball is blooped up towards the first base line. What a grab by Ellie Goddard. Came all the way from second base, had a perfect read on the ball, and caught it down the first base line.
Great job getting to the ball. She went a far distance for herself. Was able to get it.
Goddard saw that ball blooped up and got to the spot that she needed to get to. Amazing grab there for the Greyhounds. First pitch is hit towards the third base line, and almost another great catch, but that ball is out of the reach of Pike.
Good job getting to the ball. Definitely a hard snag to make, and she barely misses it.
Yeah, another tough play. If Carmel would have got 2 of those in a row, that would have been something crazy. But now an 0-1 count. That pitch is popped up again, looking foul, but an opportunity to make a catch, and it is. Veitch makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down right now.
I'm not sure what it is, but that's 3 straight pop-ups in a row. Carmel was able to get 2 of them. That is the 4th one they've gotten today in only 2 innings so far.
I was just thinking the same thing. Cathedral seems to be under a lot of these pitches. Some discussion going on right now in the bullpen for Cathedral. Not sure what's going on there. as Hanbro bunts it, throws it to first base, and that is an out. Hansbrough looked like she kind of gave up there, was not giving it her all, making it to first base, but a good play by the Greyhounds as they go 3 up, 3 down. Great inning, now looking to put up some runs to take the lead here in the second inning.
Yeah, I'm not fully sure what happened on the play. It was a pretty good bunt. It didn't go too far of a distance, though. And then the runner only really going 75% of the way, slowing down before making it a first.
Yeah, not a hard out for the Greyhounds, but if you're going to bunt without any runners on base, I'd like to think you'd at least try to hustle down there.
Carmel has done very good through 2 innings of fielding to hold them to only 1 run so far. Definitely looking strong. Hopefully they can keep it up as well as getting some hitting going.
Fesco, after only giving up one run in that first inning, will now face Megan Pike for the Greyhounds leading off right now. Megan Pike, the freshman lefty, up to bat right now. Fesco, first pitch of the inning. That one is going to be outside.
Good take there. Get yourself in a good count. Hopefully be able to get the pitches you want and then either swing out one down the middle or take a walk.
That ball smashed by Pike, but is just popped up, and another good grab by Cathedral second baseman Hazelwood. Decent contact there by Pike, just nice grab by Hazelwood, went to the spot where he wasn't supposed to go.
There wasn't too much talking between the second baseman and center fielder, but they're still able to make the play without running into each other.
Yeah, they almost collided there. I'm actually surprised that Matthews didn't call her off and Hazelwood didn't peel off, because that is typically the center fielder's play, but Hazelwood's able to make the catch and not too much of a collision as that first pitch is swung on early and missed.
Yeah, Hazelwood able to see it well, decided she wanted to get it, and was able to make the catch.
As the junior Winnie Owens is up to bat right now, 12 hits on the season. 1-1 count here. Fesco, the 1-1. That ball taken by Owens, as he's called a ball as well. Good take there. Fesco taking her time at the mound as she steps off. Messing with her face guard. Looking down at the play. Here's the pitch. And not a terrible pitch, but dropped by the catcher, which definitely can't help the call as it's called ball low. Bears not able to squeeze onto that ball, which definitely might have helped the call there.
Very close pitch.
Oh, 3-1 count, hitters count. Owens takes a hack at it, but that ball swung on and missed.
Great swing there. I like the choice. It looked like it was definitely going to be called a strike. Not a bad decision on 3-1 to take the swing.
Yeah, I like it. Owens a good bat and eye. Took 3 pitches, swung at the 2 other as she gets walked. Way to get on base by Winnie Owens.
Good at bat there. Able to work through it. Gets on base. Hopefully can get around and take the lead for the Greyhounds.
Fesco, for being the stud pitcher that she is, I'm surprised she already has 2 walks so far in this game. Freshman Taylor Veitch up to bat right now. Not very many opportunities on this varsity team, but here she is tonight playing first base, and this is her first at-bat of the game. And a nice rip by her, but is caught by Matthews in center field. Veitch, a good job putting it in play, but just once again hit to Matthews.
Again, there's been a lot of good hits by both teams that have just been a little high and have been caught by fielders.
Yeah, Cathedral making the plays that they need to make. If you're going to try to get a hit, you're going to have to play where the defense is not. Emily Proctor, another freshman, up to bat right now. Batting lefty as she takes the first pitch. That one's high.
Proctor has 18 plate appearances this year with only 1 hit, though.
Yeah, as I said, only a freshman. Not a lot of experience at this varsity level, but throughout high school, I could just tell that she's going to be a great player. Nice, smooth swing. So we'll see where she's at in a few years as well. That pitch swung on, fouled off into the back net with a 2-0 count. I like the attack.
Strong hit there, hard into the net, bounced back after a good distance. Looked like it had a lot of power, just wasn't fair. A little under it, so it went backwards.
Yeah, Proctor just under that ball, trying to level it out here, put it into play. As she takes another pitch, that one called for a strike. Proctor taking that pitch, thinking it was a little too outside, but that's called a strike there. That pitch outside, just outside the box, so as he was taken again for ball 3, another full count we have here today.
I'm surprised Owens hasn't been running yet. She has 6 stolen bases this year and leads the Greyhounds.
Yeah, hopefully Proctor is able to put it into play so that Owens is able to show off those wheels in advance. And as she takes the 4th pitch, another walk. Fesco definitely struggling up there right now. As Moore goes up to her, gives her some words of encouragement, but as now we have an official mound visit between Bears, Fesco, as the infield talks to each other as well. Greyhounds generally making Fesco uncomfortable up there. Some great at-bats, a lot of foul balls battling up there, long at-bats. Greyhounds are playing this game perfectly.
Definitely a different situation that I think Cathedral's been used to. They've only had a few close games, and I don't think they were really expecting it from Carmel. But Carmel's kind of brought it to them and is doing very well so far.
That pitch called a strike.
Obviously, there isn't very much scoring, but Carmel has seemed to come in with a game plan and has been able to equalize Cathedral so far.
Yeah, top of the order, as well as we've Catherine Warren up to bat, takes another pitch. 1-1 count here. Runners on first and second, top of the lineup, a chance to make something happen for the Greyhounds as the 3rd pitch is also taken for a ball. 2-1 count here.
Bases loaded would be big here. There is still 2 outs. but runners on all bases could make it very easy for the Greyhounds to be able to score, take the lead.
As long as Warren is able to get on base, though, Jaden Kleiner is on deck, who's an unbelievable hitter, committed to Michigan University for baseball, batting .544, has 31 hits this season and 5 home runs. So hopefully Warren is able to get on base so that Kleiner is also able to make something happen. The 2-2 pitch is outside, as every pitch so far has been taken by Warren. For full count right now. Third full count this inning. See what Warren will do with it.
Fesco kind of struggling here. Needs a strike.
That ball taken again, and it's high. Bases loaded right now with the Greyhounds' best batter coming up.
Greyhounds have had some great at-bats. They've been close to strikeouts in many of these, but they have been able to stay alive and get on base.
Another much-needed mound visit from Cathedral Irish. Fesco is not playing like herself right now, and she's going to need to pick it up against Kleiner here to get out of the inning.
Definitely a tough batter to have to go up against when you're starting to struggle.
Absolutely. Kleiner leads the team in RBIs with 16, a chance to get up much more.
She also leads the team with 5 home runs this year. That could be very big for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, just an overall great player, as the first pitch is check swung but fouled off.
She didn't seem to want that one, but it looked like it was probably going to be a strike anyway.
Yeah.
So being a foul ball doesn't hurt her too much.
Yeah, check swung and tried to pull away, but that ball right down the middle, so it chipped off her bat. So an 0-1 count here for Kleiner, as she takes that second pitch outside and high. One count. Kleiner, a chance to make something happen. Fesco, the 1-1. Taken again by Kleiner. That ball low. A 2-1 count here for Jaden Kleiner. Steps out of the box, takes a few practice swings, a big deep breath.
Great sight there. Able to see where the pitch was at.
That ball fouled off down the third base line.
She definitely wants to swing here. She doesn't want to just walk.
100%. She always has a hitter's mentality. That's why she's batting .544. She was just a little early on that pitch. Hopefully she's able to time this right, put it into play, or maybe even get her 6th home run, put it out of play.
Kleiner only has 6 walks this year.
Fouled off again. Way to stay alive with 2 strikes. Not the strongest swing, but when it's not your pitch, but maybe in the zone, you have to make contact just like Kleiner did there, taking control of this at-bat. Another practice swing.
She's seeing this ball very well. Even if it was on accident, she's gotten a piece of every single one she swung at.
Fesco looking to finally get out of this inning. And that ball is ripped up the middle. A nice play, but the runner is safe. Wow. Hazelwood, a great grab from the ball, hit up the middle, throws it to Moore at second base, with the runner in there just in time.
Amazing grab there. It looked like it was going to get into the outfield and probably be a 2-run RBI, but she's able to stop it. Make the throw to second base, but it's barely not an out, as bases are still loaded.
Warren, great base running as well. Force out at any base. She knew she had to get on second as that ball was on the ground. She hustled down there. Nice slide. Made it in safe just in time. Cathedral not happy with the call, but it did look like she was in there in time. As a third mound visit, this time with the coach as well. They went from just pitcher and catcher to the whole infield and the coach. Fesco needs to figure something out because with that single, there's still bases loaded with power hitter Mia Fleming coming up. She's batting .420 and committed to Miami University. So another college player for the Greyhounds. Strong player for them. This is another person you want up to bat with bases loaded. Oh, as we have a pitch and change from Cathedral.
Going to Shelby Johnson. Interesting change. Usually Fesco stays in for many of their innings. Definitely was starting to struggle. Interesting that it's going to be in the second inning that she's taken out.
Yeah, definitely a rare occasion for Fesco getting taken out only in the second inning. As I said, she leads the team, and it's not even close with 68 innings pitched and a .71 ERA. She's probably fortunate to get out of that game, or otherwise that would have kept on her and her ERA. Shelby Johnson, though, also a solid pitcher. She's second on their team in innings pitched with 20. She throws a 4.2 ERA.
Cathedral definitely looking to hopefully get out of the inning. Carmel has been able to rally here. They have 2 outs. They still only have 2 hits. But they've been able to work with it, get some walks, and take the lead in the second.
Johnson throws with such high velocity that it's tough to hit the ball into play or even make contact. But if you're able to put the ball on the barrel, that ball will fly. So Mia Fleming up to bat. Bases loaded still. A chance to extend this lead for the Greyhounds.
21 hits on 50 at-bats. She's done a good job this year of getting the ball in play.
Still 2 outs here for Cathedral as Johnson, with her first pitch, is called a strike. That one, Fleming takes the pitch, watches it go right down the middle as he's now an 0-1 count here.
It's definitely what you want to see for Cathedral. Your reliever coming in, hopefully being able to get him out of this inning.
Yeah, so far looking like a smart pitching change as the second pitch here is high. 1-1 count.
This inning has felt pretty long, but Carmel's only had 1 score this inning.
Yeah, a lot of long at-bats. We've had 3 full counts that all resulted in walks. Carmel still only 2 hits, but 2 runs with bases loaded as that pitch is put into play, but a force at any base as Valentine scoops it up and just steps on the bag right next to her.
Good hit there. In a different situation, she probably could have made it a first, and maybe if there's someone at first, they could have made it a second. But with bases loaded, right to the third baseman for an easy touch at third base.
Cathedral gets away with one as they had bases loaded twice that inning and only got one run out of it. Seems like a smart pitching change that they had as Shelby Johnson was able to come in and instantly get that first batter out.
Now in the top of the third, Cathedral's got to come back, hopefully get their bat to the ball, tie or take the lead here before it gets too late.
Yeah, Carmel's defense has definitely been showing out so far, as Chelsea Bennett is having a great game at the mound, and the defense is making some plays. As we saw, that highlight of that last inning was Ellie Goddard, the second baseman, running all the way to right field down the first base line, making that grab.
Bennett hasn't pitched a lot this year, like you said, but she's done very well today, and she's done pretty well in the other games she's played this year. Carmel will probably keep going with her as we come to the end of the season.
Number 5, Anna Moore, the senior, up for Cathedral right now. She's batting .439 with 25 hits and 20 RBIs. First pitch is a strike.
Definitely big there. As a pitcher, you always want to get the first strike. It's very big for an at-bat.
I 100% agree with that. Some batters' mentality is to go up there, see the first pitch, but it's huge for the pitcher to go up 0-1, so Moore falls behind in the count, evens it out to 1-1 after that second pitch outside. That pitch, though, down the middle, also taken by Moore. 1-2 count here. Chelsea Bennett just dealing right now.
Another close pitch there. Able to get the strike call in a great position for this at-bat.
Chelsea Bennett, the 1-2. That's popped up towards the first base line again. Goddard going for it. That one hits the top of the dugout. Looked like Goddard was maybe going to get a chance to make a nice play, but not much you could do when it lands on the dugout roof.
Definitely interesting. Goddard, second baseman, running all the way over, but she was the fastest one to get over there. Just an uncatchable ball there. Unlucky for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, a hustle player, just always ready. That ball also fouled off. Moore staying alive with a 2-strike approach here, fouling 2 balls off in a row as the count stays 1-2.
She took a few early, but now she's seeing the ball well and is swinging because she knows she has to, keeping herself alive.
That pitch fouled off again. Bennett just pitching it down the middle. Can't take a pitch, so Moore is just fouling it off, unable to put it into play, but she is staying alive.
Both the pitcher and batter are looking good here, having a battle against each other.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Bennett might throw it a little bit outside the zone, try to get her a swing, but that ball is ripped. An unbelievable hit by Moore right down the middle. Great at bat by Anna Moore.
Not too bad of a pitch there, but exactly what Moore was looking for, and she's able to get a great hit there.
Just a smooth, level swing as that ball makes contact with the barrel, as it's scooped up by Warren in center field, thrown in. So a single for Anna Moore. Chelsea Bennett looking to pick herself up there, up here. That first pitch, a ball.
Kleiner ready for any runners. Quickly gets the ball from her glove to her hand, ready to throw.
Jordan Hazelwood up to bat right now as she bunts it, and the first baseman goes in to field the bunt, but she leaves the bag open. Not too sure what Veitch was doing there. As I talked about earlier, she's only a freshman. She may learn from those mistakes.
Interesting decision there. A little bit trouble it seemed. Probably should have stayed back, made a decision a little quicker of who was going to get the ball.
Yeah, Hazelwood gets a break there, able to make it to first and get a runner on second as this ball is popped up by Valentine. Goddard there again in foul territory, makes the catch. Cathedral thinks about tagging up, but the runners stay at first and second.
Another great catch there. Able to hold the runner as well.
One out there for the Greyhounds. As a swing and a miss by Maddie Leiter.
Cathedral's been looking to run, haven't been able to get a steal today so far. They have 70 stolen base attempts on the season and 64 steals.
Maddie Leiter rips out one deep, but it is caught by Emily Proctor. As poor base running from Cathedral as they run. And out is called. I'm sorry, there were two outs, so the Greyhounds are able to get out of the inning. Looks like a lot of miscommunication going on in the field.
Not fully sure what happened on the play.
But a nice catch from Proctor on Maddie Leiter, who's an unbelievable player. She's 5 home runs this season, so when that ball was ripped, I was nervous that ball might have gone out of there, but Proctor in the right spot makes the catch, and the Greyhounds get out of the inning.
It sounds like she touched her third on her way around. She thought the ball was going to drop, but she didn't touch her third on her way back to second. Okay. Oh. Lucky play there. A little bit mess up on the base running. Greyhounds able to hold them to 0 for a second inning. Cathedral only has 1 run so far, but 5 hits today.
Shelby Johnson back on the mound after getting that last batter out.
Johnson looked good last inning. We didn't get to see her much because there was 2 outs already, but she looked pretty good in her 1 at bat.
Avery Klein is going to lead off this inning. Johnson steps on the mound. Klein, a hard swing and a miss. Klein takes some hard cuts at these pitches, which I like it on the first pitch, but pulled her head a little bit and under that ball as it's 0-1 count for Klein.
Klein again has 2 doubles and 1 home run on the season. She's definitely been more of a power hitter for the Greyhounds. They haven't had too much of that.
Johnson, the 0-1. That ball's popped up by Klein as she's running to first. Should be a routine play, and it is. Hazelwood making that grab.
Good contact and power, just under it. Kind of chips it up far infield for a pretty easy catch.
Yeah, you have to level that ball out a little more against the Irish, as they're not going to make any errors like that. Ellie Goddard, who is having a good game so far up to bat. Some nice defensive plays by her. We'll see what she could do at the plate as she takes the first pitch for a strike.
Definitely interesting calls today.
Oh, 1 count here. Goddard swings on that pitch as she's now down 0-2 in the count.
As we've been saying of Cathedral's fielding, they've only had 13 errors this year. They've been very good at making plays, getting outs.
Cathedral definitely an unbelievable team as this pitch made contact down the third base line, and another nice play by Scarcy. I mean, just a lot of tough breaks for the Greyhounds. Goddard goes opposite side of the field, but that ball's caught. As 2 outs for Cathedral so far, no runners on.
Again, great contact there. A little bit shorter, and that's probably a double, but it stayed high enough that she was able to have time to get to the ball and get the catch.
Megan Pike, the freshman, up to bat. She's batting .269 this season. A solid player, especially at her age, as she takes the first pitch outside.
She has 32 plate appearances for the Greyhounds, which is around the middle. Very good to see her a lot.
The 1-0 pitch. Hit foul down the third base line, a little late on that one. Johnson looking to go 3 up, 3 down this inning. If she is able to get Pike out, Johnson has been absolutely dealing up there, haven't thrown a good game since she came in for Fesco. That ball far outside, taken by Pike as it's now a 2-1 count.
Fast pitch there. Would have been hard to get the timing right on that. Good selection there.
Yeah, Johnson put a lot into that pitch. That's how it got a little wild, but she definitely throws with a lot of speed. As this pitch at the 2-1 is high.
Another ball outside the zone. Now she needs to get herself back into this at-bat.
Johnson struggling to find the zone at this at-bat with 2 pitches, not even very close to the zone. Another ball, and Pike gets walked. As she takes that pitch, that one down the middle though.
Not too bad of a pitch to take. Your 3-1 count. Okay with looking at that one if you don't like it. Now you have to protect though, 2 strikes.
Yeah, she might have been looking to walk there. It was a pretty good pitch. As a full count pitch, she gets walked. She had a hitter's count and took the pitch, but it ended up walking out for her as she's able to get on base to prevent the 3 up, 3 down. As Winnie Owens is going up to bat right now. We're going to start some for the Greyhounds as no hits so far for them this inning.
Hopefully the Greyhounds can get another 2-out rally going like last inning. Put up another score or 2 on the board.
Yeah, it's tough being down 2 outs though early in the inning, which is how the Greyhounds left 3 runners on base. Owens takes the first pitch. That's the ball.
Again, Carmel's done a good job seeing these balls. They've been taking them when they need to and swinging at a lot of these.
Johnson, the 1-0 pitch. That ball is ripped barrel to barrel as it hits the fence on the fly. What a rip by Winnie Owens as a runner is going to score. Winnie Owens, the double towards left center.
Great hit there. I was just thinking that Carmel only had 2 hits before that one. Many of their contact hits had been caught, but able to get that one very far and out of the reach of the left fielder.
Exquisite hit there by Winnie Owens, just barrel to barrel, right in the gap, hits the fence on the fly, and brings in Megan Pike, who was on first base, scored from first.
Scarcy, good job getting to the ball quick, but not in time as Carmel gets another run.
Not much you could do about that. First pitch is taken, 1-0 count here. The freshman Taylor Veitch up to bat. We saw her have a little bit of a miscommunication maybe with that bunt the top of this inning, so hopefully she's able to pick herself up here with her bat and put the ball into play, maybe score Owens.
Owens is a very good runner.
Veitch puts that ball into play, but he's just a dribbler straight to Leiter as she's able to scoop it up and step on the base. But the Greyhounds up 3-1 as they are rolling against the 17-0 Cathedral. Speaking of Carmel rolling, the baseball team has been on a run as we are now going to play a promo for the Carmel baseball team.
First week, repeat it. Word around town. You the one doing all the murder around town. Pulling up, you don't need a bird downtown. Shooting like the bird because they all fly south. Whipping the wrist. I'm up in your fridge. I only tell stories to tuck in the kids. So hot the kid, funny. Was missing a bit. I'm back in my bag. Back to the pad. Watch this and slap on the flicks.
There's a little bit about the Carmel Greyhounds baseball team. Sorry for a little bit of some technical difficulties as this first pitch, though, is ripped towards right center at the top of the fence on the fly. A great rip there by Sydney Fesco, having a struggle at the mound early in the game, but she picks herself up with the bat. That ball almost went over the fence.
Very strong hit. Top half of the fence, almost out, as you said.
I mean, talk about starting the inning on a high note. The very first pitch absolutely ripped as this ball is fouled off.
Now Gary looking to get a strong hit here with a first pitch swing.
Outfield did a good job getting that ball in on Fesco's hit, holding her to a single. Bennett, that pitch also fouled off. Look the exact same as she was just under it.
Looks to be slightly late as well. Hopefully she can get her timing correctly and advance Fesco.
Gary down 0-2 in this count. Bennett looking to strike her out here as that ball is a beautiful pitch as a soft swing from Gary, swing and a miss, and 3 strikes, no balls. Great at bat there for Bennett.
Rare drop by Kleiner there, but there is a runner on first, so drop third was not in play.
Yeah, that's what happened with the off speed, just dropped a little bit before it got to her. But that ball is ripped on first pitch again into the gap. Cathedral having a couple great hits this inning.
Definitely a change of pace. And the first few innings, we were seeing a lot of pop-ups that were being caught. And now the Greyhounds in the last inning and now Cathedral in this inning are getting hits that are getting down.
Yeah, the junior Kelsey Bears with that hit there. Right in the gap, able to get a double out of that one. Also able to advance Fesco to third.
2 runners in scoring position. Definitely big at bat here
Sydney Matthews up to bat here with 2 runners in scoring position.
Only 1 out. It'll be hard here to make any sort of double play. Irish in a very good position.
Chelsea Bennett throwing strikes. Cathedral's just making contact with him. Bennett hasn't thrown a single ball this inning.
Ella Muzek going in as a runner.
First pitch is taken. 1-0 count here. That ball is ripped. She's early, though, as it goes foul down the third base line. Lots of power and a high bat speed. Fortunately for Carmel, that ball goes foul.
I'm not sure if it would have been a home run, but it definitely would have been very close to the fence and would have been a hard play to make if it would have been fair.
Yeah, high exit velocity on that rip there as this ball just bloops down to right field. I is able to score. Fesco. Also, Matthews able to make it to second. Cathedral is going on a run this inning.
I don't mind the fielding choice there. Stops another run from scoring, even if you have to allow the runner from first to go to second.
I agree. Emily Proctor throwing that ball to home to hold them only to 1 run. And Sydney Matthews takes advantage of that opportunity and hustles down to second base as, again, 2 runners in scoring position with still only 1 out. As it's shown bunt but pulls away.
Hansbrough looks to bunt again this inning. Definitely could be big for the Irish. Get another run in.
Bennett. That ball is popped up on the bunt as Jaden Kleiner makes a heads-up play, able to get under that one and make the grab, which also holds the runners at second and third. The Greyhounds now 2 outs.
I like the decisions to bunt by Hansbrough, but neither time has she been able to get a runner in or to first base.
You can't be under the ball if you look to bunt, and that's exactly what happened with Hansbrough as Kleiner makes the heads-up play and able to grab that one.
Big change there because now there's 2 outs. The Carmel only has to worry about getting the ball to first before the runner.
Yeah, the Greyhounds only 1 out away from getting out of this inning as it was looking like it might get a little ugly, but this ball is popped up, an opportunity for Owens to make a grab, and an error bounces out of the glove for Owens as that is going to score 2 runners.
Rare error there. Gets the triple.
Yeah, Anna Moore able to make it to third base as Whitney Owens has an unusual error. Looks like she didn't have a great read on the ball either. She was a little slow getting to the spot, having to make it a difficult catch for herself. Bounces right out of the glove, scores 2 runners for Cathedral, and Anna Moore is now standing on third base. So as we were talking about, the Greyhounds had a good chance to get out of that inning, only giving up 1 run, but just like that, 1 mistake, and Cathedral takes the lead. As this is going to bring the Greyhounds to a pitching change.
I like the switch here going to Leibel. Not too surprising. You've already gotten through 3 in about 2/3 of an inning. Just need to limit scoring now. There's only a runner on third, but we've seen they've been hitting this inning. Already lost the lead, and Cathedral has 8 hits in the game.
Chelsea Bennett did a solid job when she was pitching. Only gave up 1 run in the first 3 innings, but in this inning so far, she gave up 3 runs, 2 of them not necessarily being her fault, but she was just throwing strikes, and Cathedral was making plays, putting the ball into play, and that's what happens. Gets 3 runs and possibly counting for Cathedral.
Definitely a strong showing by Bennett. Raises the amount of innings she's pitched now from 2 to 5 full innings. Definitely probably going to use her later in the year when sectionals come.
Leibel is only a freshman and has pitched 25 innings. She's struggled a little bit, though, with an ERA of 11.76, so hopefully she's able to have a better game tonight here as a big one against the 17-0 team. The Greyhounds being heavily underdogs, but they are staying in this game right now, only down 4-3.
Carmel looking to get out of this inning and get back to batting.
Jordan Hazelwood takes that pitch. 2-0. Hazelwood also a freshman, so we've freshman on freshman right now. Hazelwood is an unbelievable player, though. She has 20 hits this season, 8 RBIs, a chance to get another one if she's able to score Anna Moore, who's standing on third for Cathedral. Not a great start for Leibel as she comes on the mound and throws 3 balls instantly. As Kleiner goes up and has a little talk with her. Kleiner, being the leader that she is, trying to get the freshman's head into the game.
Looks like there's some nervousness on the mound. Hopefully she can calm herself down.
Leibel taking her time here at the mound. Showing bunt, pulls it back, and that ball is a strike on the 3-0 count. Leibel able to get a pitch into the zone. Hopefully that turns things around for her, as there's still 2 outs. So Leibel and the Greyhounds just looking to get out of this inning. That pitch far outside, though, as Hazelwood is able to make it to first base on a walk. Not a great start from Leibel, but nothing much hurt, as there's still a runner on third and 2 outs. So as long as the Greyhounds are able to get this batter, not much hurt. But there's a pass ball, a rare ball that Kleiner lets past her. A stud of a catcher. That ball just gets right past her and a runner scores. Anna Moore from third base sees the pass ball and instantly goes home. This extends Cathedral's lead 5-3.
Bad bounce there. Definitely a rare play, as you said. Carmel's starting to get a little antsy.
Leibel, the 1-0 pitch. That one inside, but swung on by Angie Valentine. She fouls that one off.
Valentine is Cathedral's best hitter. Very close to that one, but she did hit on the inside part of her bat. Definitely a hard hit to make from there.
That pitch just high. 2-1 count here. Leibel struggling to find the strike zone right now. Another passed ball. That advances Jordan Hazelwood to third base.
We haven't seen many stolen bases, but there's been 2 right there from the passed balls.
Yeah, Kleiner needs to be a wall back there, and I know Leibel's struggling to find the strike zone as she just hits Angie Valentine.
That one got past Kleiner, but definitely hard one because it did hit the batter.
Yeah, dead ball there. That one skims Valentine. Maddie Leiter up to bat right now, the senior with 33 hits this season. As she takes a hard cut at that one, but fouled off.
She has the second most RBIs with 28 on the team. Definitely could be very big here to take a commanding lead with 2 runners on base.
Greyhounds deep in the outfield, knows what kind of hitter that she is, as they are in the right spot as Emily Proctor is able to make the catch, gets the Greyhounds out of the inning, but Cathedral, a solid inning there, scoring 4 runs. They take the lead 5-3.
Great play there to make the catch and end the inning. Gave up 4 runs in the inning, but they're still only down by 2. Very interesting. Cathedral has 5 runs on 8 hits, while Carmel has 3 runs on only 3 hits. We've definitely seen some more walking from the Greyhounds.
Yeah, a rough inning from the Greyhounds there, though, as Bennett gets pulled and Leibel comes in, struggles to find the strike zone. An error from Winnie Owens in left field to get out of the inning. Fortunately for the Greyhounds, they had an early lead and were able to get out of the inning in the very end there. So they trail 5-3 as Emily Proctor, who just made that grab, is going to lead off for the Greyhounds this inning.
Definitely important here to get some runners on base, then make sure you're getting in fielding position and getting around, hopefully tie this game back up.
Emily Proctor, not a lot of chances at bat this season as she only has 1 hit. She's out here tonight after making a great grab, looking to get another one to start off the inning.
She's played in 16 games but only has 18 appearances.
Johnson at the mound again as she pitches that one down the middle. Swung on and missed by Emily Proctor. Proctor steps out, takes a couple practice swings. Johnson, the 0-1 pitch. That's outside. 1-1 count here.
Even count here. Hopefully she can get the bat to the ball, get on base.
Proctor swings on that pitch, swung on and missed. That ball was a little outside, but Proctor thought she had a chance to put that one into play.
Very close there. Seemed like she had the positioning right, just a little off on timing.
A good cut there, but this brings the count to 1-2. Emily Proctor needing to protect, but she does not as she takes that pitch for strike 3 as Cathedral starts off that inning on a high note. 1 out with Catherine Warren coming up to bat. Top of the order for the Greyhounds. Hopefully this flips the switch for them and they're able to get a few runners on base and score a few runs.
Interesting to note, Emily Smith, Carmel's best pitcher, is warming up in the bullpen. Looks like she'll be coming in either the next inning or in the 5th.
Yeah, Leibel had a tough ending to that inning, but we'll see if she gets another chance to start off the inning or if the Greyhounds will just go safe and go to Smith. As that ball is called a strike in an 0-2 count. Johnson came into this game for Fesco, and she is playing a great game so far.
Definitely need to protect here as she's down in the count. Warren looking to get on base.
Johnson, only a sophomore as well. Lots of young players on this field tonight for both teams. Lots of potential from Johnson as she's already coming out here being the second best pitcher on an undefeated team so far. As that pitch is fouled off.
Good job getting contact, keeping herself alive. Definitely going to be big for the Greyhounds to just keep swinging at what they can get and get some hits.
The 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Warren strikes out there as Cathedral's looking to go up 3 down as Warren and Proctor get out early to start off this inning.
Kleiner up for the Greyhounds. Definitely needs something out of her, and she's going to be the one who will probably do it. A little unlucky for the Greyhounds that they don't have anyone on base for her to get in.
Jaden Kleiner having a good game so far, besides a couple pass balls in that last inning. Definitely a strong game at the plate, though. As she's set before Johnson even steps on the mound. Johnson throws that one a touch high as Kleiner has a 2-0 count here. A chance to take a swing on the ball, get a nice hit out of this.
Seems to be getting her count, getting the pitches, not getting the pitches she wants so far, but good job of seeing balls and strikes.
Third pitch is taken as well, but that's called a strike. First strike on Kleiner. This at bat, 2-1 count here. That ball just in the top of the zone. That ball taken again, but also called for a strike. Jaden Kleiner yet to take a swing this at bat. Umpire also with a wide strike zone as well. So the Greyhounds have to be looking to attack, have to be looking to swing the bat and win the game off of hits.
Two straight strikes there from Johnson.
As that ball is swung on hard but fouled off. Count stays at 2-2.
Kleiner's definitely fighting here.
Kleiner, another hard swing on that one, a little early on it, as it goes foul down the third base line. Kleiner showing off the bat speed as she takes a couple hard cuts there with 2 strikes.
Was on the ground for a while. Even though it was foul, it definitely went a very far distance. If she can get that fair, that could be a very long hit for her.
100%, but she stays alive as the count stays 2-2 as Johnson throws a pitch that is hit towards left field by Kleiner as she goes for 2 and she makes it in there safe.
Great poke and then slide, able to get in second for the multi-base play. Not too much that the left fielder could do there. Just a great hit with 2 strikes.
What a job by Kleiner to try to start something this inning, as 2 up, 2 down, but Kleiner comes in battling at that at-bat, and with 2 strikes, hits a little blooper towards left field. Scarcy too casual with it. Kleiner takes advantage of it, hustles down to second, makes it there safe for the double. Kleiner having a great game like she usually does. Fleming fouls that ball off. After a great rip from Kleiner, you only got to hope that the Greyhounds are able to make it count, make it worth it, as there's still 2 outs, so no guarantee that Kleiner scores.
Fleming has 13 RBIs this season, looking to get her 14th here.
Fleming rips that one up the middle. Kleiner's looking to score, and she does. Great rip by Fleming up the middle as Kleiner scores from second. This top of the lineup has been showing out for the Greyhounds so far.
Great hit. Again, as we had earlier, a single, but the runner from second gets around and gets the score from the Greyhounds. They now have 1 run in each of the 4 innings.
Every single inning, yeah, I mean, definitely shows that they've not had a bad inning offensively, which is what you want to do. First pitch taken by Klein. It's a ball high.
They haven't had any outstanding bat innings so far, but staying consistent is sometimes more important. And Carmel's showing it here as they're only down by 1 point.
Absolutely a competitive game so far between both the teams. Neither team has had a big lead, but Carmel only down 4-5, looking to tie it up or maybe even take the lead at the bottom of this inning. Two-0 count here for Klein. Klein is 0 for 2 tonight. Hopefully she's able to pick herself up here with Fleming on first base. A chance to advance a runner, but maybe not. It looks like we are going to have a pinch runner for Fleming as sophomore Grace Sharp comes in to run for her.
Probably means that Fleming will be catching this next inning. Interesting to see where they'll put Kleiner.
Yeah, Fleming, another catcher for the Greyhounds. I agree, Kleiner could also play a lot of different spots, likely for her to go somewhere in the infield. As Avery Klein has a 2-0 count. She takes that third pitch in a row, but called a strike this time. 2-1 count. Gotta have a hitter's approach up there. If you see a strike, you gotta swing on it.
We've had some very interesting half innings, as in the last 3 halves, there has been, in each of them, there's been 2 outs and multiple scores happening.
Johnson, a 2-1 pitch. That ball swung on, fouled off, 2-2 count for Klein. Avery Klein looking to get her first hit of the game. 2-2 count here, 2 outs. Big pitch here from Johnson. As that ball is popped up again, foul, a chance for Bears to make a play, and she gloves it with a whole bunch of other fielders there. A nice play by Bears as Klein pops it up again and gets out again, which ends the inning for the Greyhounds.
Good job there. Get themselves out of a slightly sticky situation. Come up with the play very close to the net.
Fortunately, Kleiner was able to score that inning. Chips at the lead. The Cathedral Irish lead 5-4 going into the top of the 5th inning as Kira Leibel is on the mound again. As you mentioned earlier, Carmel's strongest pitcher, Emily Smith, was in the bullpen earlier. Wouldn't be surprised if she comes in either this inning or the next one. Hopefully Leibel is either to just get out of this inning without giving up any runs.
Carmel definitely has choices. Leibel did pretty good last inning, but they do have the choice to switch if they need to. Whether it'll be in the next few innings or in this one if things get rough again.
So you called it Mia Fleming behind the plate at catcher as Kleiner moves to shortstop.
Fleming and Kleiner just switching positions. Not too surprising, it seemed like Kleiner was getting a little tired and struggling only slightly, but enough to be switched out.
It also might have to do with pitcher and catcher chemistry. You know, Fleming might be more used. Fleming might be more used to catching for Leibel, so that might help Leibel find the zone a little more. But this ball low, so she falls again. 3-0 in this count.
Close one there. Definitely wanted the 4th ball called. But Leibel gets the strike call. 3-1 here.
Leibel, the 3-1 pitch. That ball ripped up the middle. Leibel tried to glove it, but the ball went past her too fast. As a nice rip there for Sydney Fesco. She struggled at the mound, but here is yet another hit for her. So definitely picking herself up with her bat.
Very strong line drive. Just unable to get her glove on it. Gets past, and a good single there to get the first base runner on.
Leibel definitely struggling to find the zone here. That pitch ripped up the middle again. Cathedral, lots of hits recently. That brings their hit count up to 10 in not even 5 innings.
They've definitely done an amazing job of getting their bat to the ball and also making sure they're getting it into the field and getting it in play.
Cathedral, very good team. This is what they do. You give them a good pitch to hit and they will take full advantage of it. Put that ball into play as we have Kelsey Bears up to bat, who just made a nice play to end the inning. She sacrifice bunts this one, which advances the runners to second and third. Only the first out of the inning, so just what Bears was going for.
Successful bunt there. She doesn't make it safe, but the main goal of that's just to get the runner from second to third.
Absolutely good defense from both teams in this game. So if you're either team, you just want to get every single run that you could get. So with Bears advancing the runners in scoring position, Sydney Matthews has a chance to bring them in here.
1 out with 2 runners in scoring position. Definitely a little tough here for the Greyhounds.
That ball ripped to third base, gloved by Pike, and a throw caught and tagged and a throw home. Also out. Double play for the Greyhounds. A whole lot going on. Pike loves it, throws to Veitch, who catches the bad throw and able to tag the runner. Cathedral takes a gamble, runs home. Veitch notices it and throws it to Fleming at catcher, who gloves that and gets the tag out for the double play to end the inning. Talk about a turnaround for the Greyhounds. Cathedral coaches not happy.
Definitely a lot of fans as well unhappy with the call. It seemed very close at first. At home, it seemed a little less close. It seemed like she was out, but unsure at third. She's called safe.
They changed the call. Unbelievable. Cathedral's coaches come out not happy.
Now,
and the umpires talk about it and change the call. I can't believe that they changed the call.
It doesn't sound like they're having either of the outs for some reason, even though she ran as part of a separate play.
Unbelievable. A lot going on right now between both these teams as Greyhounds coaches are not happy. Both teams were in their dugouts. The Greyhounds were getting ready to go up to bat, as now they are back out into the field because of that call change.
Fielding umpire didn't seem to have the best view, and the home plate umpire makes the call himself, calls her safe. Now she wasn't allowed to go to second and is at first.
The Greyhounds were able to keep that out at home though, as there's now only runners on corners and 2 outs for the Greyhounds. Hopefully, Leibel was able to get this batter out and nothing hurt, as that ball's fouled off.
While it is a very interesting situation that occurred, I do think overall the right call was probably made in the end.
I agree, just a tough break for the Greyhounds, as they were all already in their dugout and they changed the call, but no, if that's the call, that's a call, but this ball is popped up. Owens makes a catch this time, unlike last inning. She seemed a little uneasy about it, but able to squeeze it with both hands, gets out of the inning. Nothing changes, as Cathedral still only leads 5-4. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, the Greyhounds a chance to do something with this game.
Definitely 2 different situations for each team here. Cathedral hasn't scored in a few of the innings, but had that one big inning in the 4th where they had 4 points. Carmel, on the other hand, has been a little bit slower and has only gotten 1 run per inning, but still it's been consistent and it's looking good as they're only down by 1 run.
Goddard leading off for the Greyhounds this inning. She's had a solid game, as Johnson looks to be at the mound again for Cathedral.
Well, Brendan, what do you think Carmel has to do in this inning?
So, as you said last inning, they've scored 1 run every inning, which if they are able to continue that streak, that'll tie the game up. But with as good as Cathedral is, undefeated team, I think the Greyhounds have to be looking to take a lead, have a rally inning, get more than 1 run. You guys put up like 4 or 5 runs this inning, get a big lead, making it tough for the Irish to come back into this game.
Carmel's definitely put themselves in a very good position. They still have this bottom of the 5th and then the 6th and 7th that they don't have to be too risky with how they're running or hitting. They can keep going with the strategy so far.
100%, but the Greyhounds will need to make something happen this inning as Goddard takes the first pitch outside, 1-0 count. Goddard up to bat. Johnson, the 1-0 pitch. That's high. Taken again by Goddard. 2-0 count here. Not a great start for Johnson. 2 early balls. She's going to try to work her way back into this count. Oh, and definitely a little clumsy right now. Just doing her routine, and the ball falls out of her glove. She's fortunate that there's no runners on base there.
Goddard has a good amount of walks this year with 8. She's already got 2-0 count.
And that ball's ripped by Goddard right past Anna Moore, just out of the reach of her, as Goddard is able to make it safely on first base without a problem.
Definitely didn't like the idea of a walk there. Gets the 6th hit for the Greyhounds today.
Great start to the inning. Goddard setting the tone. Once again, she is only a sophomore. A lot of potential for this Greyhounds team as a whole. With so many young players, they are going to be good in the future as well.
Definitely strong performance here by Carmel. When they played Center Grove just a few days ago, they only had 3 hits in their 1-6 loss. Now they're facing a team who is as good as Center Grove and has 6 hits and is doing very well.
Megan Pike up to bat right now with the 1-0 count. She shows bunts 2 times in a row as she misses that one for a 1-1 count now. Goddard still on first. 0 outs. Megan Pike showed bunt for the first 2 pitches. See what she does here as the infielders are playing very close in, expecting it again, and here it is. She lays that one down, but it rolls foul, as this count is now 1-2.
Carmel has had a few freshmen the last few years have made big impacts for their team, and Pike has definitely been a player for the Greyhounds this year that has had some very big plays and been important for this team.
Pike showed bunt for the first 3 pitches, but you can't expect her to do it again with 2 strikes. So we'll see what she could do with her bat here. As she takes that pitch, 2-2 count here. As expected, she stayed in her stance.
Johnson trying to stay into this at bat, not get down.
The 2-2 pitch. That ball swung on its trailing foul, and it does. Out of the reach of anybody on Cathedral.
Good contact, as we have seen a lot of times here from the Greyhounds.
Pike again staying alive, which is sometimes all you need to do, as we saw from Kleiner's at-bat last inning. Same situation. She had a 2-2 count, fouled 2 pitches off, and then was able to get a double out of it. So we'll see what Megan Pike could do here with a runner on first as well. As that pitch far outside, a little wild from Johnson there, as another full count for the Greyhounds. Greyhounds certainly battling on all of these at-bats.
This game has been coming down to walks and hits. There has not been many steals, only 2 steal attempts that were both made off of passed balls.
Yeah, Bears A nice catcher with a strong arm. It will be tough to steal on her as that pitch is fouled off with the full count. Megan Pike battling in there, staying alive. She didn't like the pitch. Her only focus right now is to get on base. So if it's not your pitch, got to make contact with it with 2 strikes as this count stays 3-2. Johnson steps on the mound. A big pitch coming up here. The 3-2 pitch to Pike. That ball swung on and missed. A tough pitch from Johnson as it strikes out. Megan Pike giving Cathedral the first out of the inning as Goddard stays standing on first.
Great swing there, just slightly off. Again, great pitching by Johnson. Keeping runners off the bases.
Yeah, absolutely. If Pike was able to get on base there, that would have been a fabulous start to the inning. But Johnson, a nice pitch. And then first pitch here for Whitney Owens is popped up, and just like that, there's 2 outs. Freshman Taylor Veitch up to bat right now. The Greyhounds have shown out a few times with 2 outs as Goddard has been standing on first from the first at bat. Johnson, that ball fouled off. Good cut there by Veitch.
Carmel's just barely been off. They've had a lot of foul tips and foul balls that are just barely off from being great hits.
Veitch down 0-1 in the count. As this pitch is fouled off back towards us again. 0-2 count now. 2 outs. Johnson, a chance to end this inning, which will be the first inning that the Greyhounds are unable to score a run.
Definitely not exactly what you want as a hitter, but she's made some good swings and gotten contact. Hopefully she can get a great hit on this next one.
Johnson, the 0-2 pitch, looking to get out of the inning, and she does. A swing and a miss from Taylor Veitch as Shelby Johnson gets the 3rd out of the inning, holding the Greyhounds to 0 runs in the 5th inning. As you asked me earlier what I thought the Greyhounds would have to do with this at-bat, you know, my answer might have been a little greedy. So even though the Greyhounds were unable to get a run, certainly doesn't hurt them too bad as they are only down 5-4 still. All their defense needs to do is keep it up, and hopefully the bats could come alive in this 6th and the 7th inning. As Leibel is pitching again.
She's been pitching very well. She gave up 0 in the last inning. I'm not too surprised she's staying in. I like the decision here. Hopefully she can do it again. But of course, they have the choice to go to Smith if they need to.
Yeah, Leibel, for only being a freshman, definitely having a solid game pitching right now. She's been a little wild a few times, but she's able to get out of the innings, which is all that matters. Leibel, the first pitch, as Cathedral shows a bunt but pulls back as it counts 1-0 now. Moore, after showing bunt, stays in her hitter's stance and pops that one up towards left field. Winnie Owens able to make the grab. 1 out for the Greyhounds as Anna Moore gets out there.
As a team, Cathedral has 19 home runs, They've been averaging more than one per game. They've come close once or twice, but haven't got one out of the park quite yet.
Jordan Hazelwood up to bat right now, looking to pick up her teammate. She fouls that one off down the third base line on top of the Greyhounds dugout.
Good swing there. Does put Leibel in a good position.
Leibel, the 0-1 pitch. That ball swung on and missed. Hazelwood down 0-2 in this count right now. Leibel looking to get 2 early outs in this inning. That ball fouled off. Hazelwood staying alive. Count stays 0-2.
Important to stay calm here as the pitcher. You're in a good position here if you can get them to reach. Got a few pitches.
That ball blooped towards left field as Hazelwood is going to get a single. Down in the count the entire at bat, but never backs down, and she rips that one towards left field, getting her a single, and Cathedral a base runner, looking to make something happen.
Great poke there. 0-2 count, able to get contact and then on base.
Angie Valentine up to bat. She takes the first pitch outside. Leibel, the 1-0 pitch. Just inside. Looked awfully close to the zone. Oh wait, was called a strike. I'm sorry. No, never mind. Called a ball. That ball inside. .3-0 count here for Leibel.
The senior Valentine looking to lead her team.
Valentine pops that one up, a chance for, and Veitch comes in there from first base and makes the play. Fleming got under that ball early, but definitely the first baseman's play as Veitch calls her off and makes a grab, giving the Greyhounds 2 outs.
Hazelwood almost looking to run a second, but decides to stay at first.
Maddie Leiter up to bat. Unbelievable player, having a good game so far. Leibel trying to get out of this inning with 2 outs. First pitch also didn't look too bad, but that one called a ball. Second pitch fouled off.
Important here to stay in control. You got 2 outs.
Leibel throws that one high as Hazelwood is still stuck on first base. Fleming, another great catcher that is definitely hard to steal on, as we've seen. Not a stolen base besides the wild pitches.
Interesting, we've seen no really steal attempts from Hazelwood today, as she has the most steal attempts and steals for the Irish.
Yeah, two outs, 2 strikes. I'm surprised she hasn't taken off yet, as she thinks about it, but holds up. Fleming throws it back to the pitcher. Full count now for Maddie Leiter. 2 outs with a runner on first base. Interesting pitch coming up here.
Hazelwood look likely running no matter what.
And she goes, but a walk. Cathedral now a runner on first and second base, but the Greyhounds have 2 outs on them. If they are able to get this batter out, they'll be able to make it out of the inning with runners on base. So a big at-bat here for Sydney Fesco, who has gotten 2 solid hits in her last 2 at-bats.
And this is definitely a really big at-bat. 2 outs for the Greyhounds, but also one of the best hitters who has done really good today.
Fesco having herself a game as she has a 2-0 count as well early.
I think if you're Fesco, you're looking for a hit more than you're looking for a walk. With a runner in scoring position and runner on first.
Leibel struggling to find the zone. She might get pulled here, but a mound visit with the entire infield and the coaches.
So far, it's looking like the ball's going to stay with Leibel.
Okay, high fives going around. It looks like Leibel is going to stay out there. She has 2 outs, so all she needs is this batter right there. Hopefully some words of encouragement will be enough to get her out.
Very important pitch coming up right now.
Yeah, Kira Leibel looking to do anything she can to get out of this inning. As that first pitch, well, third pitch is high. First pitch out of the coach's huddle. Not what you want to see.
Great job by Fleming, keeping the ball in her glove, making sure that the runner doesn't feel like they want to advance.
Absolutely, Fleming fully extended on that pitch in 4 straight balls as Leibel walks that batter. 4 bases loaded. Not what you want to see for the Greyhounds. 2 outs, bases loaded, as Amaya Gary is coming up to bat right now.
Another very good batter. Definitely important here.
Cathedral, a solid 2-out rally right now, but still yet to score a run. Bases loaded right now. Gary, a chance to get a few RBIs. She already has 13 on the season with a batting average of .523, so definitely a strong batter for Cathedral. A chance to do something here. First pitch is high again.
He needs to get a little bit more control on the ball.
Leibel cannot find that strike zone. But here's the 1-0 pitch, also high. 2-0 count. Kleiner trying to get her head in the game. Screaming some words of encouragement at her from shortstop, as this pitch is a touch high. Brought down a little bit, but that is 7 straight balls for Leibel. As a 3-0 count here for Gary. If Leibel throws another ball, that's a walked-in run. But this ball swung on with a 3-0 count. Foul. I can't believe Gary swung on it. She had a chance to bring in a few runners, so she had the green light with the 3-0 count.
Yeah, you have to be pretty confident with runners covering all the bases to swing on a 3-0 count. Definitely lucky that it hit her and was a foul ball.
Yeah, it wasn't even the greatest pitch either, I don't think, but here's the 3-1 pitch. Strike. Full count now.
Great pitch.
Kira Leibel trying to work her way back into this at-bat. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded. A huge pitch coming in here, and it's ball 4. Walks in a run.
Leibel just quite can't do it. Up right there, but slightly off again.
Kira Leibel works her way all the way back into that count just to throw ball 4 with the full count, but only gives up 1 run. Still bases loaded, but just focus on the batter, get this batter, get out of the inning. But we have a pitching change. As expected, Emily Smith, the Greyhounds' strongest pitcher, thrown a 4.02 ERA and 69 innings pitched. Cathedral leads 6-4 after that walk in the top of the 6th inning.
Greyhounds still in a good position, only down by 2. If they can get out of this top of the 6th pretty clean, they can still look to tie and eventually win this game.
Emily Smith warming up right now. She looks pretty good. She just has to close out these last 2 innings, and the Greyhounds' bats have to come alive.
As we were mentioning Carmel baseball earlier, on Monday they had an amazing win against one of the top teams, Fishers. Hopefully Carmel can do another upset today against Cathedral in softball.
Absolutely. The Greyhounds came into this game as heavy underdogs. Cathedral 17-0, and Greyhounds only 5-13. They are not having a great season right now. They are competing neck and neck with one of the greatest teams in the state, as that first pitch for Smith is just inside ball 1. Emily Smith, her second pitch, that ball's popped up towards Warren, and it hits the warning track. This is gonna bring in a lot of runs for Cathedral. 3-runner scores. What a rip from Kelsey Bears. Huge play for Cathedral Irish. This extends the lead 9-4. The Greyhounds 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning at that last at-bat. Leibel walks in a run, and then just like that, a 3-run hit by Bears.
The weather's been real great today, but currently there's some clouds that seem like they could be storm clouds on the right side. Hopefully there's no rain in this game, but could always come into effect.
Yeah, I hope the Greyhounds are able to get out of this inning anytime soon, and that will definitely help finishing this game a little earlier. And that pitch inside. 1-0 count here with the sophomore Sydney Matthews for Cathedral up to bat. That pitch swung on and missed. A hard cut there by Matthews a little early on it. Nice pitch there by Smith. Emily Smith fires that one in there low, and they're going for the steal and thrown out by a mile. This is why we have not seen very many steals this game, as Cathedral tries to take a gamble and gets hosed by Fleming at third base.
That's the first attempt we've seen at a steal when it wasn't a passed ball, just couldn't quite make it. Good throw there, able to get the third out. But Carmel now in a tough position as they have 2 more chances to bat, and they need 5 runs.
Cathedral, an unbelievable 2-out rally. Fortunately for the Greyhounds, they were able to get out of that inning by Fleming, throwing the runner out at third. I'm surprised Cathedral even took the gamble with that one.
Well, they've now given themselves a little bit of a cushion. Wanted to put the runner in a little bit better of a spot for an easy RBI. Just couldn't quite make it.
Johnson on the mound again. She's been pitching. She came in the middle of the second inning, and she has been dealing ever since, only giving up a couple runs.
Carmel hasn't been great hitting against her, and they definitely have to figure it out now. Make up the runs they gave up.
Freshman Lola Pence up to bat right now. This is her first at-bat of the game coming in clutch time. We'll see what she could do. Lola Pence.
She has played in every game with 40 plate appearances.
Yeah, solid batter with 12 hits this season and 5 RBIs. See if she could get another one here as she takes that first pitch for the 1-0 count. A little wild there by Johnson.
Yeah, rare one there. Very outside. Hopefully she can get it back dialed in and it doesn't become a multiple time occurrence.
Johnson, a deep breath on the mound. The 1-0 pitch. Also outside as that ball's taken for ball 2. Lola Pence, a hitter's count, looking to start off the inning on a high note. Greyhounds are going to need to make something happen sooner rather than later. Lola Pence takes that third pitch, also outside. A 3-0 count now. Looks like the wheels might be falling off Shelby Johnson a little bit.
This could be big for Carmel if they can get some runners on base before the Irish decide to switch pitchers. Maybe they can get some scores and tie this game back up.
Pence with the 3-0 count. Would not be surprised if she takes this pitch just in order to try to get on base. And she does, and it's called ball 4. 4 straight balls for Shelby Johnson to start off the inning as they now have Lola Pence as a base runner. Catherine Warren, the leadoff hitter, up to bat. As I mentioned earlier, the top of the order has been on fire with on offense, so hopefully they're able to keep it going a little bit of a run with 0 outs, a runner on first base in the top of the order.
Definitely need to advance this runner.
Johnson looking to find the strike zone. So here's her first pitch. Called for a strike. Warren shows bunt and pulls back, but the umpire calls it a strike himself.
Johnson taking her time.
The 0-1 pitch here from Johnson, high. Once again, the bunt pulled back from Warren. Warren has shown bunt a few times this game. She only bats 158, so if she could do anything in order to help her team, she will. She's showing bunt again early before Johnson even steps on the mound. She pulls it back and fouls that ball off.
Good swing. Got good contact, but again, under the ball. That's been a kind of common occurrence for the Greyhounds. Just barely missing a great hit.
Was a little bit of a high pitch as well, as it's now a 1-2 count. Johnson looking to strike her out and fouled off again. Staying alive is Catherine Warren.
I thought she had that one, but she barely clips it. It does go foul, so it's not an easy play for the catcher. Keeps herself alive.
Count stays 1-2. Cathedral looking to get the first out of the inning, as Warren looking to get on base and advance a runner. As she takes that pitch barely outside, fortunate for Warren that it's now a 2-2 count. Warren battling at this at bat, trying to make something happen out of it. As that pitch also outside, now a full count as Warren is having a good long at bat as Pence is still on first base.
Definitely a good at bat here from Warren. Great eye.
Johnson looking to find the strike zone after throwing a couple balls in a row. The full count pitch rang up for strike 3.
Great pitch there from Johnson, able to get their first out.
Warren watches that pitch and she pays for it as she is called for strike 3, giving Cathedral their first out. But Jaden Kleiner, we've talked about it all night about how good of a player she is and the leader that she is for this team, and she is just backing it up, doing everything that we talked about, having some great hits here, and there's not a more important moment than now for her to make something happen, as that first pitch is taken for ball 1.
One thing we haven't talked too much about is Kleiner's only a junior and will be back with the Greyhounds next year as, again, a good leader for the Greyhounds. Hopefully they can have a good team next year.
Yeah, as I mentioned, she's already committed to Michigan University to play baseball, and she's only a junior. I'm a little surprised she committed super early, but it seemed like she seemed happy with that offer. But she still has one more year here at Carmel. As she rips that ball deep left field over the fence. Jaden Kleiner have a night. 2-run home run. Carmel chipping at the lead. This brings the game 9-6. Kleiner is fired up.
What a hit there. Gets her 6th home run of the season. That's 2/3 of the Greyhounds' hits, and just amazing contact. I think it went over the scoreboard.
Unbelievable. So much power on that ball, right in the middle of the barrel. As soon as that ball made contact, everybody knew it was going over.
As we've said multiple times, Johnson has pitched great today, but Kleiner, being an amazing hitter, was able to get great contact and do what she's been doing all day.
That is Jaden Kleiner's 6th home run of the season, and a great time for it to happen as they chip into the lead
only trailing by 3 runs now.
Now they have to continue to score. Hopefully that gives them a good boost, builds up some confidence for the rest of the team.
Mia Fleming up to bat. She also has a couple hits so far. She takes a first pitch high.
Only with 1 out, Carmel's still in a good position. We've already seen Johnson struggle a little bit more this inning. If they can find the pitches they need, just like Kleiner did, maybe we can see some more scores, and hopefully they either tie or take the lead in this inning.
Another rip by Fleming, straight to Matthews though, and a nice play made by Cathedral. Fleming timed it up nicely, put it into play. Just once again, a nice play made by the Irish.
Unlucky there. Had the great hit, just line drive, just not far enough. Center field able to get there.
2 outs now, no runners on base. Carmel looking to have a little bit of a rally as Klein steps up to the plate as she is having a rough night at bat. Popped up 2 balls in a row. As she gets a new life though. Her first pitch called for a strike. Looks like she went on it, but if you're gonna swing, you gotta swing. She just, a weak swing. It seemed like she didn't want the pitch, but she swung through with it. So if you're gonna swing, you gotta swing. Be looking to put the ball into play.
It looked like she wanted to pull back. Didn't like the call, but I do think she swung on that.
Absolutely. The 0-1 count here, looking to pick herself up as she check swings again, but for another strike. Avery Klein, a tough night.
Definitely needs to keep herself alive and extend this inning.
Absolutely. The Greyhounds only 1 inning left after this to come back into the game. Klein needs to make something happen with 2 strikes on her. Cathedral, on the other hand, looking to get out of the inning as that pitch is just outside. A good pitch there by Johnson, being up in the count 0-2. Tries to throw it a little bit outside, see if Klein would bite on it. Klein, a good eye there. Johnson steps up to the mound. 1-2 count on Klein here. And here's the pitch. High, past Bears. No runners on base though.
Again, another wild ball. She hasn't been perfect the last couple of innings, but this is the first inning where we've actually seen some pretty wild and uncatchable throws.
Johnson has played a plentiful amount of innings. I'm surprised Cathedral hasn't even had anybody warming up in the bullpen, so it looks like she might finish this entire game. As Avery Klein is looking to make something happen with the 2-2 count. She swings on it, going towards the second baseman, and she is safe! The ball dropped by Leiter.
We have not seen many errors in this game, but that's a second drop. The first one in one of the early innings didn't matter too much, but that one definitely does. And this sets Carmel up to hopefully get another score or 2.
Hazelwood, a nice play on the ball, throws it down to Leiter, who isn't able to squeeze the ball. Avery Klein is able to find herself on base for the first time tonight. The Greyhounds now need to capitalize on this. Try to get a couple more runs in this inning as Goddard takes the first pitch, strike 1.
Not a great start for Goddard, but hopefully she can come back in the count.
Goddard, a good player for only being a sophomore. See what she could do down in the count right now. That ball outside. Avery Klein, a bit of a secondary lead. Johnson, the 1-1 count. And that pitch ripped towards the second baseman again, bounce off the chest. A good job by Hazelwood keeping the ball in front of her as she's able to get Goddard out at first base. Wasn't gloved super cleanly, but she did her job by staying in front of the ball. Absolutely fundamental play by Hazelwood, able to get out of the inning.
Yeah, good play, able to recover. Slight mistake, but able to get the play at first anyway.
So now we find ourselves in the final 7th inning. Cathedral up 9-6. Emily Smith on the mound again. She came in for Libel last inning, looking to hold Cathedral to make it easier for the Greyhounds bats to come back into the game as they trail by 3 runs.
Now, of course, Carmel is the home team, so they will have another chance to hit. Hopefully they can get a quick outing here, get all 3 outs, hold Cathedral to as few as possible, and then come back.
Sydney Matthews, a sophomore, up to bat for Cathedral. Emily Smith, first pitch of the inning is popped up towards right field. That ball is caught. A nice play by Emily Proctor. She's having herself a good game in the field. The Greyhounds making the plays they need to make. And a quick first out here for the Greyhounds.
Big step to finishing this inning. She's done very well today, getting to the ball, setting herself up, and making a good catch.
This pitch called strike 1. Emily Smith, a good start to the inning. Looking to continue to do this throughout the entire rest of the game as that's strike 2. She's winning this count 0-2. As it is going to be tough for Hansbrough to work her way back in.
Got her to a quick 1-2 count. Hopefully finish out here.
This pitch popped up again to Winnie Owen. She had an error earlier, but able to make this catch in foul territory. The Greyhounds, 2 quick outs. 1 more out, and they're done on defense for the night.
Great ball there. 2 fly ball catches in a row. Hopefully they can now get this 3rd out.
Anna Moore up to bat, looking to get on base to try to extend this lead for Cathedral. As this first pitch is just outside, ball 1. Moore in the back of the batter's box as this second pitch is called low for ball 2. Just outside the zone. Maybe a tough call there. This pitch ripped down the first base line, almost took out her first base coach. That brings the count 2 balls, 1 strike.
Again, Smith pitching very well. Even though it's 2-1, she's still in a pretty good count to get this done.
Bennett and Leibel did a solid job throughout this game, but the Greyhounds went to their strongest pitcher to close this game as that pitch is outside for ball 3. Hitters count here for Anna Moore. We'll see what she does with no runners on base. That ball early again, hit foul. Second foul ball from Moore. She was early on both of them, but this brings the count 3-2 full count.
Yeah, she's getting good contact. Just needs to slow down her swing a little bit, wet a little bit longer swing, and then she can get it hopefully into the outfield.
That pitch ripped down first base, a chance for Goddard to make a play on it, but it hops right over her on this fully AstroTurf field. The balls are going to be moving fast, and that ball hops over Goddard's shoulder as Anna Moore is able to be the first base runner for Cathedral this inning.
Good attempt there, just a hard play to make. Couldn't come up with the third out.
That ball put into play, and another mistake from Megan Pike. The Greyhounds are struggling. Runners on first and second now.
They've done pretty good all game of limiting errors, but that's kind of 2 in a row right there.
Megan Pike might have rushed the transfer there as she didn't glove the ball first before she made the throw. That cost the Greyhounds with runners in scoring position as Angie Valentine is up to bat, a very strong hitter for Cathedral. Still no runs given up this inning though, and 2 outs. That pitch called a ball right outside the zone as well.
Fleming's continuing to have quick transfers. Cathedral's not looking to run on her.
Smith, the 2-0 pitch high. She falls 3-0 in this count.
Definitely needs 1 or 2 here. Hopefully can get a swing and a ball in play and get the third out.
Greyhounds an unbelievable start to the inning, getting 2 early outs, but they struggle with these last few batters. Smith able to get strike 1 there on Valentine.
Greyhounds definitely don't want bases loaded. Would put them in a very bad position as they're still down by 3.
That pitch, ball 4, bases loaded for Cathedral as Maddie Leiter, 647 batting average, steps up to the plate. She has 5 home runs this season, a power hitter. This is bad news for the Greyhounds. Maddie Leiter, a hard cut on that first pitch, fouled off. Leiter looking to bring in runs as she has 28 RBIs on the season.
Definitely would be bad if she can get her bat on the ball.
That ball is ripped deep in center field and it's gone at the wall. What a grab by Warren to end the inning with bases loaded. Maddie Leiter put the ball on the barrel deep center field, but Warren got to the spot and saved the Greyhounds from giving up a lot of runs there. So now the Greyhounds find themselves in the bottom of the 7th inning, down 3 runs, a chance to come back in this game and beat the undefeated Cathedral Irish.
Amazing play there. Leiter, such an amazing hitter, got it so close. But as you said, Warren makes an amazing play, is able to catch the ball and get the third out, putting us in the bottom of the 7th. Now we definitely need to see some hitting out of the Greyhounds. We'll see who they're putting in the pitch. If Johnson will stay as pitcher or they're going to switch.
That ball was hammered off contact. Thought we might have saw a grand slam from Maddie Leiter. Luckily, it fell a touch short, and Warren was able to make the grab. Johnson at the mound again, looking to pitch the last 6 innings. She came in the 2nd inning, as I said earlier, and she's just looking to finish this entire game herself.
Yeah, again, as you said, very close to a grand slam. Leiter already has one this season. Definitely looked for another. So close, but very big moment for the Greyhounds.
Number 12, Megan Pike leading off the Greyhounds this inning. She had an error just now in the field. Luckily, it didn't cost the Greyhounds, but hopefully she's able to pick herself up a little bit with her bat, get on base, because they need every base runner that they could get. Johnson steps on the mound. The pitch, high. Megan Pike, 1-0 count right now.
Good start to that bat.
That pitch taken again, but right down the middle for strike 1. Good pitch there by Johnson. Megan Pike maybe being a little picky with that one, as that ball looks pretty good.
The lights are on. We're starting to lose sunlight.
The 1-1 pitch. Clips the corner of the zone as Pike falls. 1-2 in the count. Pike resting that bat on her shoulder. It's now or never. Carmel needs every base runner they could get.
Definitely important right now. Of course, you just said it. They need base runners. They need to score 3 here to tie it up, 4 to win.
As she takes the 4th pitch. Still yet to swing the bat this at bat. If you're going to go down, at least go down swinging. Wouldn't be surprised if Pike takes a few cuts at these next pitches.
Needs to stay in this at bat, swing at anything close, get contact.
The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. Megan Pike, the first out for the Greyhounds. Winnie Owens steps up to the plate as the Greyhounds start their inning, getting out. Not the start that you want to see when you're down 3 in the final inning, but hopefully Owens is able to pick her teammate up and make something happen here. That pitch swung on and missed, a touch early on it.
Down the count now, needs to get back in it. Already 1 out. They need to figure out something here soon.
Cathedral 2 more outs away from continuing the undefeated season, as that ball is popped up. Should be a routine play, and it is. Nice grab there by Matthews.
We've seen a lot of 2-out rallies for both teams today, but it's not looking good for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, down 3 runs they are yet to have an inning with 3 runs this game. So he's definitely going to be tough, but it is now or never. 2 outs, last inning, as the freshman Taylor Veitch steps up to the plate. Has to be a lot of pressure on her right now for only being a freshman. Hopefully she's able to do something with that.
Hounds hoping this isn't the last at-bat of the night.
Good news is only 2 more batters and the Greyhounds will find themselves at the top of the order again. So hopefully Veitch is able to get on base, and then Lola Pence would be up to bat. And if they're both able to make it on base, the Greyhounds would have a chance to do something. As this pitch is popped up, this could be the final out of the game as Matthews is under it and makes a grab. Cathedral now 18-0.
Great play again. Johnson able to finish out the game. She looked a little off in the inning before, but she's able to finish this inning very easily. Now, great effort by the Greyhounds. A very well-played game, losing by only 3 points. They were in this the entire way.
Yeah, absolutely. A competitive game from both teams. The Greyhounds coming in here as the big underdogs, and we're battling in it the whole time. You can't be super disappointed. The Cathedral Irish did what they did. Bears had a 3 RBI hit, so that's what they do. The Greyhounds still battled in there, though, only lost 9-6.
Yeah, at one point they were even up 3-1, just couldn't hold on. Gave up a few big innings and couldn't come back in the end.
Now, Cathedral doing like a bit of a chant with the stands right now. Thought this was a softball team, not cheerleaders, but with this game, the Greyhounds fall to 5-14. A rough season for the Greyhounds, but as I said, a lot to look forward to. A lot of young players on the squad, as we saw a couple good plays from Ellie Goddard. Avery Klein getting on base there at the end, and the freshman Kira Leibel pitched a few innings and did a solid job as well.
Carmel's next game will be against Mooresville on Friday, and they have 5 games left in the regular season.
Yeah, hopefully the Greyhounds are able to get that one. But as of now, I've been Brendan Melby alongside Eli Penquiet. See you next time.